Ready? Is that okay? Hi, I'm Deann Carey, and this is my 2022 in the bag. First off, we have a shout out to Zuka for hooking me up with a cart a few years back. But in that, I carry my Upper Park Rebel. It's definitely been my favorite bag that I've ever carried. Super lightweight. If you want one of your own, you can use code DN10 to get a discount on that. But anyway, we're going to go to the disc. First off, we have my putting putters. I use Nexus Big Beat ABRs. They're super grippy and I love them. My approach disc, we have a Star Invader, which I use this for dead straight turnover shots. I can put a little bit of power on it and it's great. Next we have the Halo Polecat. I use this for anything 200 and in, just like slight little hyzers. Love it. It sits wherever I put it. And then we have the Star Toro. This has been new to my bag since Jonesboro, I believe, but it's definitely super stable, does whatever I tell it to, backhand and sidearm. It's been great. Next we have our mid-ranges. We have a Deann Carey Signature Mako 3. This is in Splatter Star, which has never been done before. It's kind of like my Star Mako 3, but if I need something that's dead straight, a little more stability, I pull out this one over this one. This regular Star tends to be my turnover shot. Basically, that's what I use it for. Next, we have the stable ones. We have a little straight to slightly stable. We have a Star Rock 3, and this is in 170. It's been great for a very reliable mid-range shot. Next is new to the bag, which is a Star Croc. This is basically replaced my Gator. I use it for sidearm approaches, backhand super stable shots. Okay, then we have the Star Roadrunner. This is the one that I use just for super flippy shots, or like last weekend if I'm at elevation, I'll throw this on a lot of the holes just to be dead straight. But this one comes out usually strictly if I need a really turned over ammo. And then we have the Hawkeye. We have a Halo Hawkeye and a Star Hawkeye. These have been an amazing addition to my bag. I use the Star when I need a little bit of anhyzer but reliable fade, and I feel like this Halo, it's a little more beat in. It'll put it on whatever line I really tell it to, but it has reliable fade at the end. Next we have our Firebirds. I carry two. This one is on the lighter side. It's 165, so I can get a good bit of glide out of it, and then reliable comeback because it is still a Firebird. And then I just put this Nate Sexton one in my bag, and it's super stiff. It feels amazing in the hand, and I love this just for headwind shots or anything like that. If the wind's picking up, this is going to be a good one. Next we have one of my favorite discs of all times, the Valkyrie. It has been a staple in my bag basically since I can remember playing. This one, I think this is the oldest disc I have in my bag out of everything. I've had this one for quite a few years. She's pretty flippy if we're at sea level and I just like put her dead flat. She's really flippy. If I put her on a hyzer, she'll hold it, but I gotta be really careful with this one. Next we have a Star Valkyrie. This is 168. Typically my good range in my drivers are 165 to 169. There are exceptions to some of those, but this one's just reliable, dead straight with a little bit of fade. And then we have our Halo Valkyrie, and this thing is, I can throw it at something and I know it's just gonna be a meat hook. It's Definitely been a great addition to throw it in halo plastic. I'm loving it so far. Then we have the Wraith. I think the Wraith is definitely one of my most utilized discs. It's an 11 speed, so it fits way better in my hand because I have tiny hands. But this one is my most understable distance driver, and I can really get it to turn over and then come back if I wanted to, or if I can get it to turn and burn if I want to. But this thing comes out a lot. Newest addition in my bag is the Halo Wraith, and it's been so good. It's reliable, trustworthy. I can throw it out there and know that it's going to hyzer back, but it's got the glide of the Wraith, which is what I really like. Then we're going to go to the flippiest driver that I have in my bag. I almost forgot about this one. This is an 11 speed as well, and this is the Maya in iBlend plastic. I can throw it like this and it just turns and burns. It's an instant roller. Definitely, if you need an understable 11 speed, this is the way to go. Then we have another one of my most utilized discs. We have the Star Destroyer. I have 3 of them in my bag at all times. I have a 169 bottom stamp destroyer that this thing, if I throw it flat, it turns over but reliably comes back, and I get my max distance with this disc, and it's amazing. Next we have a Cat Merch destroyer, 175. It was actually a hand-me-down from my husband, who threw it for the longest time. It got too flippy for him and he handed it over to me, and I can throw it a little bit of anhyzer and it just fights back, but it gets a move on it. Then we have the most overstable destroyer in my bag, which is max weight Calvin Halo. This thing is just a meat hook out of my hands. If I put it on a little Annie, I have to really pop it on it, but it'll hold it and it'll come back, and it's very skippy. That's usually what I use it for. But I think that's about everything in my bag. We're out here at the preserve, hole 8, so I'll show you what I do on that hole. I'm going to take my Star Hawkeye. Once these guys move, I'll throw. Hey, buddy.
Hey, that'll putt.
She parked.
That'll putt.